Hey everyone, welcome back to BDG Reviews. What I've got for you tonight is a Christmas haul list slash music update, music and vinyl update. Um, I'd actually filmed a video about 1 or 2 months ago with another vinyl update, but I, I have no clue where it went. I filmed it, I edited it. It's completely gone. I have no clue where it is, so I'm putting it into this video. I'm going to start off with my Christmas stuff, and I'm going to go through that stuff like movies, DVDs, books, everything like that. Then I'm going to go into the music. I'm going to, I got 2 records this Christmas, so I'm putting those right at the end of my Christmas haul going into my music haul. So, yeah. Also included in this is some things I've bought myself over the past month. I bought them for Christmas, so that's just how it is. So let's get into this. First up, I got Duel on 4K. Steven Spielberg's first film. I saw this years ago. I've never bothered seeing it again. Never seen it on DVD, never seen it on Blu-ray, definitely never seen it on 4K. So, I saw that. I was like, I'm picking that up because that's kind of cool. And it's nice to have it in the collection now. So, that's first. Next up, we have Ghost Stories for Christmas from BFI, British Film Institute. This is BBC. Essentially, it's like a series. Like every Christmas, they put on like a ghost story. Each of these has 3 discs, and it's got four things. So it's Whistle and I'll Come to You, The Stalls of Barchester, A Warning to the Curious, and Lost Hearts. Also included is 2010's Whistle and I'll Come to You. So it's got essentially 5 flicks. That's kind of cool. Definitely something I've been interested in watching. And I also got Ghost Stories for Christmas Volume 2. Same thing, 3 discs. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got, I think this one has 6. It's got Treasures of Abbot Thomas, The Ash Tree, The Signalman, Stigma, The Ice House, and also A View from a Hill and Number 13. So that's pretty damn cool. That's another one I'm really looking forward to getting into. Honestly, BBC do ghost stories quite well. Yeah, I gotta say. Next, we have Murder by Death. If you've never seen Murder by Death, do yourself a favor and see it. This movie is phenomenal. It's so good. And it's so funny, and it's just, think Hercule Poirot, think Columbo, think all those things like that, the mystery, detective type things. It's a spoof on all of them, and what they did is they actually got the actors that played those characters. So they got, what's his name, Peter Falk, to play a Columbo type character, called Max Diamond in this. It's really funny. It's really good. If you've never seen it, see it. Do yourself a favor. Next, we have Suburbia. This is a movie that I was sure I'd seen, but then I did a commentary on it a bit back for a podcast, and I'd never seen this movie, but it's damn good. If you've never seen Suburbia, again, another one, see it. Think of early early 80s punk scene in Los Angeles, and that's what this is, and it's so good. Such a good movie. And honestly, it's wonderfully mean-spirited, and it's got a great soundtrack with TSOL, the Vandals, and a bunch of the hardcore punk stuff, which is really good. Next, we got Talk to Me. This is so underrated of a movie. Like, nobody talks about it. They should. It's phenomenal. It's basic plot is it's like this these people, they have this hand, and it's like a stone looking hand. The urban legend or whatever is that it's actually an embalmed hand. It never really goes into it, but the idea is you hold the hand, you say talk to me, and a ghost talks to you, and you can see the ghost, and then you get like kind of possessed. And the idea is like people are doing this essentially for like a high, and it's really neat, really creepy, really good movie. Buy that movie. Don't sleep on it. It's damn good. Next, we have Voyage of the Demeter. I really liked this. I know some people were a bit iffy on it, but I thought it was a really fun movie, and I'm really glad to have the Blu-ray. So, it's got a commentary, so that's reason enough right there. Next, we got some books. I got Agatha Christie, A Haunting in Venice. It's actually, Halloween Party, but they've renamed it because they did the movie, So, let's put it this way. If I wanted a copy of Halloween Party, I'd have to pay more. This was $12.99. Yeah, good enough. It's the same story, just literally with a different title. And last up for books, we have the Aleister Crowley collection. Awesome box set here. It's got Diary of a Drug Fiend, Moonchild, Book of Lies, Clouds Without Water and White Stains, and the Book of the Law. Yeah. So, Aleister Crowley, interesting guy, just gotta say. Then we got like a couple of like figure type things. First up, I got the Star Wars Black Series Starkiller. Damn nice sculpt on this one, I gotta admit. And I don't buy a lot of I don't buy a lot of Black Series figures. They're awesome, but they're expensive. But Starkiller had to pull the trigger on that, definitely. And next, also from Star Wars, we have Darth Revan's statue. That is phenomenal. The thing's freaking huge, as you can see. And it's so good. Awesome. Look at our boy. The only thing that'd make it better would be if, you somehow got Chopper into there. You couldn't do it because, they're completely different eras, but, Chopper in there would have made it supremely awesome. And now just the last two vinyls that I got for Christmas. First up is Mortician with Hacked Up for Barbecue. This is on a double LP on this kind of white and like splattery color. I haven't had a chance to listen to this yet, but it's going to be good, I'm sure of it. And that's just damn cool. And of course, you get Hacked Up for Barbecue, you have to get Mortician with Chainsaw Dismemberment as well. And this one is on a really nice it's like blue and black splatter. You can tell they're new to me because I haven't even swapped out these horrible paper sleeves yet. But I will be. They deserve better than that. So yeah, Mortician, good stuff. I'm looking forward to listening to those. It's going to be good. Now we're just into some of like the other records I picked up like over the past couple of months or whatever. First up, we have the Straubs with Ghosts. Kind of like a... I don't know how to describe this one. I know earlier Straubs was like very much like new wave, like early punk stuff. I don't know what some of the later sounds like, but this was $1. For $1, I'm gonna give it a shot. See what I think. Next, we have this one is interesting because there's a connection. We have the Monks with suspended animation. Uh, Basically, from what I know, it's like three members of the Strawbs left the band and then formed the Monks. And this is new wave, early punk. You can hear a lot of Clash influence on this. It's actually a really good album. This was a buck as well. You know, you can't go wrong. Like some of these older pressings like this, you can get really cheap. Another one I got really cheap, again $1, and it's the Eagles with Desperado. Um, I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why this is so cheap. Um, it's fine. You know, it's really, guys. Goofy cats fighting. Um, but hey, for a buck, I'm all down for it. Really? Next, we have this was also a buck. That's Gordon Lightfoot. Back here on Earth. It's just an old Gordon Lightfoot album. You know, is what it is. You can't go wrong with Gordon Lightfoot. But you know, again, for a buck, I'm not complaining. This one was $5, and this was a steal. This is Blast Off by the Stray Cats. If you've never heard the Stray Cats, oh man, do yourself a favor. This was the Brian Setzer Orchestra before it became the Brian Setzer Orchestra, when it was just Brian Setzer and like two other dudes. What? Noisy cat. Just doing like some good, like old fashioned rockabilly, really good stuff. And for like $5, hells yeah. Weird cat. Next up, this one is a bit of an oddity in that, you know, I paid $29 for this. This is Misfits Project 1950. I love this album, but what makes this really weird is the size of this record sleeve. As you can see, it's in plastic. This is the only, you know, sleeve I could fit it in. I think if you compare it to another record, I think it's about like a quarter of an inch bigger, you know, like overall in the size of the sleeve. It's really weird. I don't get it, but it's an awesome album. And you know, let's put it this way: this is Jerry Only Misfits at its best, and it's a great album. Totally worth it. Next, this was a buck. This is a double LP. This is the great Tommy Dorsey Orchestra with I'm getting sentimental over here. It's just, you know, it's orchestra. It's you know, jazz type, you know, big band stuff. It's good. It is what it is. You know, no one's gonna bat an eye really. Next is one I got this actually on Black Friday sale from was it Mondo? No, Waxworks. The Lords of Salem soundtrack. Really good soundtrack. I love the Lords of Salem movie. It's on this nice like multicolor splatter type thing. Comes with a second LP that is I don't know if I can. I don't know if you can see. No, I can't really see it. It's just black. It's essentially the black metal band that's in the movie. This is that recording, so it's kind of cool. And I mean, just, you know, honestly, just the quality of these releases. I love that inner picture. Just saying. And you know, a beautiful release for a beautiful soundtrack for a beautiful movie. And honestly, I don't care what people say. You know, Rob Zombie's a good director when you give him the chance to do what he wants. And that's the rub, you know. Let him do what he wants. Don't hem him in. Don't like force an agenda on him. Just let him do his thing, and you get a damn good movie and a damn good soundtrack. Next, we got Judas Priest, Unleashed in the East, live in Japan. This was, I want to say, $12. Good price. Good album. It's like it's your standard Judas Priest live album. You don't need. It is what it is, right? Next is Klaatu with Hope. I got this for $1. I haven't listened to this yet. It seems like it could be cool. If not, I paid $1 for it. What do I care, right? So now we got Grand Funk Railroad, On Time. This was also $1. It's Grand Funk. I mean, come on. Some of these ones are a little seem to be a bit like of an oddity, but kind of like the Bay City Rollers with Roland. I will say, if you listen to the Bay City Rollers, you can see the beginnings of the early punk scene. You can see it starting, kind of here is just where people are just starting to get their feet wet on it. That was also $1. And last one for vinyl. This was also $1. This is this just called? Okay, this is Girl School with Hit and Run. Good metal band, honestly. This record was actually damaged. That's how I got it for $1. But it was literally just a crack right on the edge, just a little tiny crack. But I followed a YouTube video on how to fix that crack, and it's fixed it fine. Essentially, you take the record, you put a bit of crazy glue on some paper, you just dab the edge in, move the crack a little bit. It takes some of the crazy glue up into the crack, then just wipe off the excess or whatever. As long as you're quick, it just glues on the inside and you're pretty much fine. Now we just got a couple of CDs and some tapes. So the first CD is Epidermal Veil with Psalms of the Flayed. I got this from CDN Records. They're a great death metal. They do a lot of death metal, black metal, extreme metal, up here in Canada. And honestly, I've never been disappointed with anything I've got from them. So this was actually a really solid, brutal death metal. I think you'd consider it an EP. I mean, there's only 5 songs, right? So is what it is. Can't remember the price on that, but good stuff. Next up, this one is interesting because this was free. And this is Instrumental with Excitio Prophetine. I got this for free with that order from CDN Records. They must have had a couple copies lying around, so they just threw one in. This is actually really good. I thoroughly enjoy this. I find it really interesting. It's a band called Instrumental. So you would think it would be instrumental. It's not. They're singing and everything. It works. It's just good. So definitely check them out if you get the chance. Last up, we just got 3 tapes. First up, we have Corrosive with Caustic Horrors. Oh, Caustic Hordes, my bad, sorry. Again, from CDN Records. I'm kind of on a bit of a... I like that there's been a tape resurgence. I can remember the price. I got that for $6.99. So, at prices like that, it makes it a viable option. After that, I also got Corrosive with Toxic Apocalypse. This is on this nice, clear green tape. And it's also in a neon green case. I dig that. That's some good stuff. Again, from CDN Records. Again, $6.99. And last up, this is a tape again from CDN Records. This is Last Wretch with Sadism and Severed Heads. I love that title. And, you know, Sadism and Severed Heads. And yeah, like I said, I like the tape resurgence. Do they sound as good as vinyl? No. But what it does is it makes it very easy to buy into something that you haven't heard before. I'd never heard Corrosive, so I thought, well, they have the vinyl, they have the CDs, the tapes were like $6. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna grab the cassettes. It's a cheap way to get into a band. Like, now that I know that I like them, maybe I'll go back and pick up the vinyl at some point. Or I'll just stick with the tapes. You never know. But there's just something about a tape, like, just, you can just hold it in your hand and one hand open it. All the old tricks from back in the day. So yeah, we are going on 21 minutes. This is quite a long video. But yeah, that, and also my Iron Maiden t-shirt here. Get back here a bit. Iron Maiden, Brave New World. That was a Christmas gift as well. So yeah, there you go. That's kind of my haul and music update. So hopefully this one actually gets uploaded so you can see it. But yeah, that's it for me. See you next time.